Negro, by the color, by African American. Minorities and people of color. Don't cry, no, don't cry, found out we're one with our lineage and one with each other. Bye bye the Negro, by the color, bye the African American. Minorities and people of color. Don't cry, no, don't cry, found out we're one with our lineage and one with each other. Black represents the lineage. Black represent experience, black power, black Panthers, black Wall Street, black man, black woman, black family, black banks, black millionaires, black history. Black represents the lineage, black represent experience, black power, black Panthers, black Wall Street, black man, black woman, black family, black banks, black millionaires, black history. Bye bye the Negro, by the color, bye the African American. Minorities and people of color. Don't cry, no, don't cry, found out we're one with our lineage and one with each other. Bye bye the Negro, by the color, bye the African American. Minorities and people of color. Don't cry, no, don't cry, found out we're one with our lineage and one with each other. B.A.A's and it's B.A.A's and it's Body Negro, body color, bye the African American. Minorities and people of color. Don't cry now, don't cry, foul now. That we're one with our lineage and one with each other. Black represents a lineage.
All right. Grand night to the family. Grand night to the family. Okay, so this couldn't wait till tomorrow because it'd be too much information overload. So I did what I said I was gonna do, but I just did it tonight instead of yesterday. So Heinous, I asked him a question and we were missing each other. So I wanted to get a neutral opinion on that. I got it. Then let me put him in a title so he can pull up. I'm in a title. So I did the fair thing. I put a couple of debates that I had into AI. Just curious to see, um, not really who won, but who had bad arguments, who arguments they didn't, were not supported with the evidence. And it started with Focus, DJ Focus, because he inboxed me one day. So y'all could blame him. Everybody who I'm cooking with AI, y'all could blame him. He inboxed me one day on Facebook in semester saying how he watched over a debate between me and him, and he cooked me. I'm like, cooked me? I don't never recall getting cooked in a debate. If anything, he can say he edged it out, and I would have left it alone. Like, that's your opinion. But he said he cooked me. So of course I didn't go back and forth. I said that sounds biased. That's all I said. I'm like, of course you would think that. Why would you think anything less, especially with the ego he has? So it dawned on me. I said, you know what? Let me just go ask AI. Let me put the whole debate in there. Ask, hey, who won? Highlight the arguments that won the debate and highlight the arguments that lost the debate. And I read it live, and it was like very pinpoint. And it kind of like just agreed with me. Like what I thought and knew was true. It just said, yeah, that you were on point in your rebuttals and your consistency on topic, relevance, evidence, and family. I know I'm a good debater. You dig? But it said I beat him in a landslide. And for you to lose in a landslide and to believe you won in any capacity shows delusion, narcissistic capabilities. There's no way you could use that bad. There's no way you could lose that bad. I don't see any remnants of that loss lingering on you. That's kind of crazy. All right. So I'm going to start with Heru Haynes, my brother. FBA brother. All right. So he had a lot to say, a lot of information he was sharing with us. And you know, some things I felt like later on, as he kept talking, when he kept referring to slavery, I was like, well, what's your whole how does tie back to like slavery? Because I heard him mention slavery a few times. And then he finally like I'm so glad I asked that question because he finally like tied it all in together. So I'm like, oh, that's what you're saying? So then, naturally my questions came after that. Okay, well, if that's true, then how about this? And if that's true, then how about this? Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick sneak peek of how that happened, right? Catch you guys up right here. Signed up for, but it's the
Right,
science talk.
I feel that. So I would land on
They
this in this
signed up for the
discussion.
historical talk.
Right, and okay, so can we agree that what I'm saying, AIDS, how it impacted our community, right? And I just encourage people to go on, YouTube. There's a guy, who wrote a book called The Deadly Deception. That's all I want you to do. Look up a guy who wrote The Deadly Deception. And he talked about all of these things that they did in that.
See, for me, just to shout out the book and on my platform, I really don't like that, to be honest, because if I can't verify it, validate it, stamp it, I really don't like when people. Now, if it's your own work, promote your own work. But normally, if you promote somebody else's work, I don't like that. And even in the chat, when you guys share like links and stuff or this person channel, I really don't like that because I have to, it's this is FBA News and Updates, and if I don't think that channel is on par with us, the lineage or that link, then I don't want that being shared amongst the lineage. So he shot out a book that I don't know anything about. It could be misinformation. And, you know, when I was talking to Pinky, she said, "Oh, I wouldn't do that with screenshots." Like, Pinky, it's not about what you won't do. It's that we're all human and we're fallible. That's the bottom line. We're all fallible and we all are held accountable to our mistakes. I make mistakes too. Sometimes I quote the wrong date. When I was debating revenue and we talked about Dred Scott, he said 1857. I kept saying 1854, and I just knew he was wrong. You dig? So we looked it up. It was 1857. I was wrong. I had to concede. I'm like, all right, you got it. And we just kept talking. See, people can't do that. People just can't say, "Oh yeah, I was wrong." Even when Revenue kept saying Stokely Carmichael made Black Power or Black popular, I think he's reading his information incorrectly. I would like for him to share his screen, but I gave him the benefit of doubt because I do know they reference him when it comes to like the Black Power era. So I couldn't remember exactly what he's referenced for, but it was something similar to what Revenue was saying. But we know Revenue's a liar, and we can't believe him at all. So I'd rather just let him just share his screen. But what I do, I gave him the benefit of doubt. I said, bro, let's assume you're right. Fine. He promoted our thing. Big deal. Now what? You see? It's still ours. What's his? Where is he from? Jamaica? Like, where was he from? Like, what did he do for his lineage? What did he make poppin' and poppin' for his lineage? And the answer is crickets. All right. So anyway, let's go on.
Community in order to create what we essentially feel is like a weapon against our community, just like all these other weapons, biological and chemical weapons that you see. I say if you look at the track record of the European, the reason why I always establish biology and biological and chemical weapons is because remember that's what he initially used when he got here. Remember, people tell you
wait, go ahead.
go ahead. No, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying on this.
Yeah. Now, let me fast forward a little bit. Okay, because when Europeans came over and got smallpox, guess what? All right, I want to get right to okay, let me go a little further down. It's gonna be over here somewhere.
Seminoles wasn't white. Can we all agree to that? Why do you let the Blanco create an institution called the Florida State Seminoles and then dress up as an Indian and stake the dang, you know what I'm saying, bow and arrow and run out on the field? Because he's mocking you. You see what I'm saying? This is the only thing I'm saying. We have to notice these things. Most of these 27 states still have their Indian names. You see what I'm saying? You know, yeah, go ahead. You want to?
They cosplayed indigenous and and Teddy's cosplay the folks who came on the slave ship over here in the United States. Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, bro. I'm just like, never let a person tell you to stop reading, to stop, reading in between the lines, because that's where you have to read.
That's my brother. That's why I'm doing a lot of listening. Okay. I'm listening. I'm trying to follow, not cut him off, letting him go. He spoke for a long while before I started to finally interject as his brother. Okay. Not the other.
Read you know what I'm saying, you can't read the lines, you got to read in between them, what is being conveyed, because it's going to take that mental faculty, that astute learning, those high analytical skills to not only see
my brother's going in, and I don't really disagree with anything he's saying, but I'm trying to figure out how does this tie into what he just said about the Seminole Indians. So that's what my brain is like still locked in on. I'm trying to see how is this tying into that, because and this is a grand mistake that people do, right? They make the grand mistake that they make is that they don't use punctuations. So I'm thinking it's because he didn't use a period, question mark, exclamation mark, semicolon, nothing. I'm thinking, or dot dot dot. I'm thinking that this is a comma and this is all included to the Seminole Indians. I'm just completely lost. That's why I encourage people when we're talking, please use punctuations, punctuation marks. So we can know when that thought is done and you're going to a second thought. So right now he's at the 20th thought, and I'm still stuck on the first one. I'm tying all the information to the first thought. Quite naturally. You can say this is a run-on sentence.
Do it, but to encourage a paradigm shift. That's what's going on now with FBA. Who cares if it's a little rocky now? Even if the person say, oh, well, it ain't all put together. Who cares? It's a spark right now. But when y'all start seeing the full flames, everybody gonna get to running. You see, and that's what they upset at. They see the spark. They starting to see little fires here and there, and all of a sudden they like, oh, we got to get ahead of this. This is dangerous. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I'm really gonna get off of this. It's encouraged our young people to start reading more, and that says a lot. Because one thing that I've seen in the chat more, I've seen young people say, "Oh man, I'm in the books now."
More to right when we
look up the dates, and then you'll be like, "Man, that does seem kind of weird. That's kind of strange." That's all we need you to do. We just need you to think. We just need you to be like.
The chat wanted to know, like, what was when you was talking to him, you could summarize your argument
because I think some people.
All right, so this is the part where people in the chat were just confused. Like, what is this all supposed to be proving? Because it's a lot of thoughts. It's a lot of thoughts. Okay, so here we are.
Might be misunderstanding because I'm reading the chat. So pretty much, if you could just summarize it in like 1 minute, like what argument were you trying to make to revenue, or when you first came on, so people can kind of follow like where you were going with the dates?
Okay, where I was going with the dates was that in terms of the narrative that you see on TV, the movies, like they just had this peculiar institution called slavery. Like they just existed and had you on slave plantations, and then that was us fighting against the slave master. Nothing could be further from the truth. This country was riddled with wars. So what it does is it challenges the narrative that they just had slavery here, and that maybe or more than likely we were prisoners of war and not slaves. That's different, because if you came over here and you were always at war, there was no way. We know that you died from famine. We know a lot of your establishments and settlements didn't even last long. You had to come back. So you constantly came back, and then when you came back, you were met with resistance. All throughout the 20th century, you were met with resistance. That's all I'm saying. So then with that there in and of itself, the dates show you that who they were funded by, you know, the instability of the peculiar institution in and of itself showcases the fact that they didn't have slavery the way that they narrated in their movies. You see what I'm saying? And that's usually the template that people use to talk about it, because people watch more movies and TV programs than they read books. That is a fact. You see what I'm saying? So their mindset or worldview is really from the movies that they watch. That's one of the reasons why Roots had such a big impression on people when it was released. So we got to get away from the narrative that we were just slaved up, that we were just, you know, docile human beings.
See, at this point, I'm kind of rolling with him. Docile human beings. Okay, I'm kind of like, okay, this sounds like there's no issue here. So I'm kind of rolling. I'm just listening.
As that's why I always go back to the movie Django. They always talk about like, oh, why didn't they kill us? You know, they like, we wanted to be servants or something. You see what I'm saying? Now we went from servants.
What do you think we wanted to be during that moment, during that era of time?
We wanted to establish our sovereignty as it was being challenged, because we knew that we were protectors. Every FBA feels this. We have.
So that sovereignty word, it's not really plebiscite babble, but it could be a flag to plebiscite babble when you're not clear in your message. And right now, he wasn't really confusing just yet, but he wasn't clear either. So when you say sovereignty in the midst of your lecture, I guess, and you're not clear on your message to the audience, it can point towards plebiscite babble. Okay, but that's not the verdict. That's just, I'm on notice now.
A connection to Mother Earth. And we know that she is being compromised. When they drop bombs on countries and people, they just ain't dropping bombs on countries and people. They dropping bombs on her, the animals, the trees, everything. Like, she is under attack. And anybody not wanting to stand up for her is a coward. That's the only thing and that's my perspective. I'm not saying that anybody has to align themselves in that frequency, but that's just what I state. I'm saying that we had the warrior spirit here. We were warriors. Matter of fact, that's what feather in the cap means. When somebody puts a feather in it, look up feather in the cap. Feather in the cap meant that you was a warrior. It denoted your warrior status. That's why people say feathers up. You see, now whether you align to that or not is on you. I'm not saying that, but I know from what I feel, my lineage, my people from Mississippi, you say, look, like my dad kept, I have a book right now and I'll show it. Let it when we do the next live or whatever, because I know we want to, short on time and stuff. But I got pictures, black and white. You see what I'm saying? Then we got drawings of our relatives and stuff. They literally drew themselves on paper. We had artists to draw our great-great-great-grandfathers and stuff. We were serious about ours. And my granddad right now, my dad's dad is 95 years old. All he says his dad remember is this country. That's all I'm saying. It's like, at what point in time I'm supposed to ignore what my granddad is saying? Oh, he just lying. Oh, he just making stuff up. I read it in the book in school that he lying. He's good. And none of us FBAs is about to do that. We were warriors. And my granddad literally, and I'm finna record him too on the next one and show you a video. He ended up dueling with a white dude and end up killing him to get here. That's fact. And most of our FBA, cousins and brothers and sisters got the same story if they go fact check their lineage. So I'm saying we were warriors. My granddad's a warrior. My dad's a warrior. I'm a damn warrior. My son's a warrior. It ain't gonna stop. So I'm saying that the narrative of this docile attitude of us just laying down while we were enslaved and, oh, master, master, we didn't know how to read and all of this, that's nonsense. That's straight nonsense. You see what I'm saying? And then, oh, Ron, one more last fact. Just show people exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm really gonna land after this. Okay, remember you talk about the Freedmen's Bank, right? Freedmen's Bank was established on March 3rd, 1865. Right? The war wasn't over until August when Robert E. Lee surrendered the next month. They had already established a bank for us before the war was even over. Somebody fact check me. March 3rd, 1865. The war was over on August when Robert E. Lee surrendered in August of 1865. Now, that bank had $3 million in it. Frederick Douglass was the last president of that bank when it rolled over. They stole $3 million for our people. Now, if you go online and adjust for inflation, $3 million back then was
about 75 million.
There we go. You see what I'm saying? What was our people doing with that much money? Well, remind you, they just was trying to get their currency off the ground in 1792. So all I'm saying is we got to align the dates because the dates tell us what really happened. You can't be this power. Somebody's coming in burning down your White House. You can't be the superpower you're claiming to be. You're still attached to it. You see,
I'm trying to, but I don't think there's a superpower at that time.
But people see it as such. I'm just saying that, okay, maybe they don't. Maybe they do.
So that part right there led me to believe, it led me to ask, well, what's the problem with somebody seeing, like, I'm talking about, when I say somebody, I'm talking about somebody who has citizenship in this country. I'm like, well, what's the problem with them seeing their homeland as a superpower? I like that part was like, coming off like anti-American. That's why I asked the question. Okay. I'm not saying he was, but it almost seemed like that. So I said, well, what's the problem with somebody of the lineage or a citizen seeing their homeland as a superpower? I just want to know, like, what was the big issue? Because I didn't think that should be an argument amongst the lineage.
I'm just saying that from people that I talk to, they say America has all this military might because what we do is we look at what they have now and we kind of sense that.
So, okay, let me ask you this. So what would be let's say somebody was believing that was wrong. They're exaggerating. What would be the harm in that?
Believing that the United States was a superpower?
Oh, yes, at that time. What's the harm in that?
The harm in that because it takes away from us being a superpower at a time. We were the superpower. You was learning everything from us, even in terms of agriculture.
Now, I think they pretty much. I think especially if they for the lineage, I think.
No, I'm not saying that's what I said. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying that it takes away. Look at the narrative. Once again, remember my narrative. If anybody don't leave with anything, you leave with this. We were the superpowers here at that time. That's why it was an ongoing process. You got to think about it. If you got the Seminole Wars. You remember when?
I think you're just talking over me. Now, I'm saying, like, the person who thought that, maybe they considered all of that, and they said we were a superpower. And they consider everything you just said. Like that goes to everything. Everything you said is why they concluded we were a superpower at that time.
All right. Yeah, no doubt. And that's why I try to say that if we challenge the competing narrative that we were slaves and we were docile, that's the only thing that I do. And I use the dates in order to support that they don't line up. There's no way. Everybody knows that you can't be at war and have peace at the same time. You can't be at war and have peace at the same time. You use war to establish peace. All
right. So at this point, you got to slow down because I got to, right. Because you kind of say the same thing over, and I'm trying to understand and piece it together and pick spots where I might have a question at.
See, so this is the point where I didn't know if our brother was like purposely like not making sense. So we can't ask questions at this point. I'm like, okay, hold on. You've been going there for a long while now, and I'm still lost. And education should not be this difficult, right? So now I'm starting to get a little restless. Like, all right, bro, it sounds good, but I don't know what you're talking about. You feel me? So You've been talking long enough, and I should understand something. So I'm like, okay, let me slow you down so I can understand something, so we can vibe out.
All
Okay,
right.
so you said we were not docile, right? Because we were, I don't know who would think that, like, slaves work, right? So we were working, right?
No, docile in terms of our behavior, like we would allow somebody to enslave us in mass, is what I'm saying.
Wait, all right.
In mass.
All right,
So
hold,
basically,
hold on. Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Cause you, like I said, you're talking so much that you don't. I mean, you got to add. I'm funny, but I always say punctuation marks, right? Right. When we talk, we got to use them. Okay. So had you used one, you would have stopped, and I could have said something.
So I'm just giving brother, some love taps. And like, but I'm being dead ass though. Like, brother, the saying is people who talk a lot are hiding something. You feel me? So I'm reading in the chat and they like, yo, he's talking too much. The chat's starting to turn on our brother. At first, they was riding with him, and then they like, nah, something is missing here. Something's odd. Something's off. So I'm trying to like let him feel the temperature from the chat. So I'm kind of like speaking for the chat now. Like, hey man, the chat ain't rocking with you, bro. They're lost and they want answers.
Um. So damn. So you talk so much, I forgot your first answer. All right. So you said. So you
Good.
said. You said that we were not docile. We were doing what?
We were
Oh,
warring. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. We were warring
you
with
said
them.
you said that we were not. When you say we, you mean like the 388,000?
Well, for those who can trace their lineages back far enough, like I say, our
Oh,
drawings go
because
all the way back to the 1600s. I say that as a people, I know that my lineage was warriors. We always fought. We always had to be moved and forced off of our
right,
land.
right. Okay, wait. Okay,
You know what
so
I'm saying?
now
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
At this point, I don't know if he's purposely doing that. At this point, I'm like, is he talking a lot on purpose so we just don't know what he's saying and it just sounds good and we just nod our head yes and what I mean? At this point, I'm kind of confused, but
Just because something again, you said warring, it kind of went over my head because you're talking so fast that I'm thinking you're talking about they were white folks warring with each other. Now I notice that you're saying they were warring with us. So now I gotta ask this question.
They were
You
doing
think
both. Okay, go
okay,
ahead.
so right, got you. So you call that warring? Like so you think when they were enslaving us and they had the 13 colonies, you think that we was like competing with them as far as like fighting?
So are you framing that like we, in terms of like we couldn't compete with them in terms of the
No,
weapons?
he said my framing. Okay, so family. Let me see if I can do this right here. Okay, so his point was he was trying to introduce the idea that we blacks were always at war. Okay, tying it to now watch this. This is the part that's confusing me. He was introducing the idea that we were not just sitting around docile. Remember, he said on a plantation docile. He said plantation. And we weren't always docile, sitting around just working for the white man. White man, we were always at war with white man. And then he tied into the Seminole resistance, sovereignty, and then he said the warrior spirit. So I'm just trying to narrow his sweeping statement down. I said, are you saying enslaved people on plantations? You see, my language is straightforward and clear. I'm not talking about runaway slaves. I would have said runaway slaves. And this is the disingenuous part from him came about. Like I'm saying words and he's not listening to my words and he's not responding to my words. He's throwing words in like runaway slaves and I'm like, what is going on here? So um I'm just asking were the enslaved people on plantations were they literally warring with white slave masters? Okay, because he uses war, I guess, figuratively, and that's why I said were we warring literally armed combat with the white man. You know, the definitions diverge here because he might be using war figuratively, but if he is, then that's not good because you got to communicate that. You cannot leave it open where we're just confused because we think it's real war. But he did say real war because he talked about tools and weaponry they had. Now keep in mind, I said on the plantation. We had nothing. We had no weapons. We had chains and a. You heard me? I said we had no weapons. I'm saying on the plantation, no weapons that can compete with white people and how they were armed. That's all I'm saying. They had guns and all type of cannonballs. What do we have? Subservient position, and they had the army, the flanks. They had the tools, the financing, they had everything.
Okay. Regardless of what they had, I'm saying even our weapons that we had access to the same weapons.
What weapons do you have on a plantation? There's 388,000 people on a plantation.
So this is what I'm saying. So that's why you're.
So family, you hear where I keep bringing it back to the plantation. So if I keep saying the plantation, then bro, you got to speak to us warring from the plantation where we have a slave master. But look what he says.
That's why I'm saying this is what you got to understand, bro.
No, but that's why you're talking fast when I cannot understand. So I'm slowing you down so I can understand.
All right. So remember, look at the dates.
It's the teacher's fault. I'm not getting it because you're talking too fast. Teachers talk slow.
All right. Okay. So if we look at the period of slavery, what would you say was the period of slavery?
Nah, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on the plantation.
All right,
okay, so people on the plantation, right? You're telling. So I said plantation. All right. This is just for those who was here earlier and know what I'm asking. So if you guys are following the conversation, please, use the poll. If you're not, then listen now, right? While you're coming in, and maybe you can follow then. But I don't want disingenuous answers. Just say what you truly feel. If you felt like he answered my question, go ahead and hit damn, something, yes or no. But if you feel like he didn't answer my question, hit the answer for that. I forgot how I worded it in the poll, but here we are. Telling me that the plantation people were warring with somebody.
Okay, let me isolate one war.
But now let me go back and say this. Let me go back and use the words that I'm using. Family, I kept saying plantation, 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 plantation. Look what his reference is. So people on a plantation, right? You're telling me that the plantation people were warring with somebody.
Okay, let me isolate one war. That's
No. Don't cherry pick. I'm saying on average. I know. I'm saying on average. I'm trying to. I don't do that. I don't want you to give an exception and make that the rule. I'm saying on the average plantation, you're saying we were warring.
Okay, so then how many?
That's either yes or no. I asked a yes or no question. He says okay, and then tells a story. I'm saying, family, we have to listen as much as we talk. It'd be a better way to get on code.
Yes, we were. Why? Why would I say?
Were we winning?
No.
Okay, there you go. He said, yes, we were warring from the plantation.
Okay. So then how many?
That's either yes or no.
Yes, we were. Why? Why would I say?
Were we winning?
No, they weren't winning. They were not winning.
So we're warring with the slave master from the plantation, and nobody's winning. It's an even battle. At this point, I'm like, okay, I failed, Black history. I'm like, okay, I failed Black history. I don't know anywhere near what I thought I knew. Okay, so wait, slow down. So if they were not winning and we were still doing the slave work and they were still in the house.
No, because you got to remember how small the 13 colonies.
Let me give bro the link and the phone number. Okay, at some point, one day, bro, one day you gotta call in, you know? Experience a call in. Don't always be afraid to call in. Let me put the phone number in there too. Because I would love to answer your question, but I want everybody to benefit. I want everybody to be educated from it. I don't like questions that just random out of nowhere. I think, and nobody is going to appreciate it. So my way is the same. I don't rechange too much. I'm very predictable. Okay, so here you go. Boom. Okay. Bro, don't educate me. I think weren't you the only person ever timed out? The only mod ever timed out? Okay. You're gonna be the second mod ever timed out. Okay. Don't tell me about winning and losing. Now, if you want to have a conversation with me, if you want me to answer your question, we're going to do it my way, not your way. Click the link, call the phone number, or just continue listening to the live.
These was, bro, they wasn't
Oh
large.
yeah. I look. Okay, so now what you gotta do for me, bookmark that. All right. Okay, bookmark that. I need you to send me because at some point, and then I was gonna ask you this earlier about something else you said. Wait, hold it. Slow down. Even the chat saying slow down. You gotta look at the chat. Yeah, but I'm saying when you rewatch this, they even saying you're talking too fast. They're not getting it. You're talking too fast. Right. And you're bunching things up. And we, about the time you wrapped our head around one thing, you said 20 more things. We're like, damn.
Okay. I said so I said on the average plantation, are you saying we were warring? What weapons did we have on the plantation? He pivots to the Seminole War and says we were warriors, meaning some enslaved people escaped and joined indigenous fighters. Far from the question I asked. I kept saying plantation, plantation, plantation. So he thinks he's answering me by giving me examples of resistance. And this is why I say to my brother, I love you, but comprehension, man. Comprehension. You have to understand what the other person is saying and asking. And that goes for bro in the chat. Okay? Because everybody is a genius in the chat when they type. But when they call in, and click that link, they end up sounding like revenue. Okay? So he thinks he's answering my question by giving me examples of resistance. I'm asking specifically about those still enslaved in bondage, no runaway slaves. Okay, not those who escaped, none of that stuff. Okay, so two different we groups: enslaved people on plantations versus runaways fighters in Florida. And I think some of you got bamboozled by the semantics. Okay. Then I actually said, bro, I'm not talking about runaway slaves. I'm talking about slaves on the plantation. Were they warring with their masters? Plantations now. He said yes, and then he cites Seminoles means runaway. He says Seminole means runaway. And goes right back to talking about Florida wars. Okay. So at this point, he believes runaway equals still part of slavery narrative. But I'm strictly defining plantation slave, like a house Negro and a field Negro. Okay. So that is clearly a linguistic disconnect. War versus rebellion, runaway versus enslaved. I'm trying to get clarity and he's avoiding it. I don't know if it's intentional, unintentional, but that's what I'm trying to discern as we keep talking. But he's talking so fast, it's coming off. He's avoiding it on purpose. But I can't really pinpoint that just now. So that's why the questions got to come out. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I was gonna say this to you earlier. When you start to say the white man, and this he said that he ain't the authority of information. I was gonna ask you, who validates your information, and what? Okay, who and how do you validate your information? Start right there.
Right. So I'm starting to see this plebiscite babble as well. And that's why I'm now asking the question, because I know we're going to do the white man. Because if I fact check this stuff, I know it's going to say it's fake news. And he's going to say that's the white man, uh, crap. So now I just want to know who he looks to validate his information.
Okay. I validate my information from history books. I read not only Pan-Africanists, from not
Okay.
Pan-Africans had a lot of that. I need FBA inspired documents. I read, their documents. I read their history books. What I'm saying? I can go on and on with the list of history books that I read.
So
So
I need to know because right now I got it.
everybody's arguing.
I got it because you know how I do. So right now
Mhm.
I want to know the book because I would do it right now. We'll get a review right now, an AI review right now of its historical accuracy. I want to know the book. I've never heard that before. I want the book that
What
you
before?
read and believe that, huh?
You never heard what before? Because I want to get it.
That we were on a plantation warring with the slave master and not losing, but we're still doing slave work.
So you see, family, I'm so clear and consistent. Plantation slaves warring with the slave master, warring with white people. I'm clear. I never left that stance. And at this point, he's either speaking to it or speaking around it.
Because wait, before you answer that, okay, the three books I champion, and you said one earlier, Medical Apartheid. I got that book. All right, but
Let me fast forward.
the other was Kansas. Like we literally made it. Big leasing, like that.
This
I went on a
is
rant.
extremely important. I'm just saying it slow. In the 1800s, early 1800s, right before the Civil War, okay, and even during the Civil War, they were still warring with so-called runaway slaves.
How do you know that?
They're called the Seminole Wars, bro.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Now, this is the thing. This is the thing.
So he goes to Seminole Wars, and I'm talking about plantation enslaved people. He goes to people who escaped and joined indigenous people. I don't know if that's done intentional or that's just unintentional. He don't have debate arguing skills and good debate listening skills. It's kind of hard to tell.
So
No. Let's listen. Could you speak? Listen, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. I'm talking to you, and you're talking past me. I said, how do you know that? You said it was called the Seminole Wars. I said, I'm saying, cool. How do you know about Seminole Wars?
I've studied the Seminole Wars extensively. The book, the guy who wrote the book on
Yes,
Seminole Wars.
that's what I want. I want the guy who wrote the book.
Yeah, I read it in the book bug. I got to go back and get it. But he talks extensively about the Seminole Wars. And
Okay, all right, cool.
So now he doesn't know the author of the book. He doesn't know the name of the book. This is all convenient. Yeah, like you said, in plebiscite babble. And he's still talking about Seminole Wars when I made it clear 1,000 times about warring while you're still on the plantation.
Yeah, but we're talking about slave. Okay, and look, I'm familiar with some of the Seminole War talk, but we're talking about slavery. We're talking about actually in chains, like you're enslaved. We're talking about that, like
I said it again, enslaved on the plantation.
American descendants of slavery. We're talking about slavery.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, this is what I'm asking people to challenge themselves.
Yeah, but you're not answering my question though when it comes to that. Like you're just saying what you. So what's the question I asked? So what's the question I asked?
At the same time, when we were on plantations.
No, that's not the question. I'm past that. I'm asking, how did you know about it? Like did it just pop in your head one day?
I told you I was gonna give you the book when we reconvene.
All right. So now, okay. So look. Wait. Okay. So the fact you ain't got it, let's move on to something else then, because I want
family. And you see, I'm trying to change the subject because I'm stern. I'm real disciplined. on research. I take it serious. And I think right now he's playing, right? And I think he knows he's caught playing and he's trying to play beside his way out of it. And that's what I think is going on. So I'm getting a little annoyed. So I just want to move on at this point. You know what? Let's just move off this so we ain't got to go any further and we can still be, family love and all that type of stuff afterwards. Okay, he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. So we shouldn't be arguing like too hard on this. It's not that serious for either one of us. Because like that's it. Like, I want everybody. Unbelievable to me. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be nice with the words. That sounds so unbelievable to me that I didn't want a plane to be landed. I just want the book. That's it.
Bro, I just wanted to. You said it's a
like,
okay.
Like if it's not a book on that, you can talk about hitting. Now we need the books.
Okay. How likely was it that you had this peculiar institution?
You go run off something else. I'm asking you when
they had to be a combination of both, bro, because Florida was a free territory. So when those runaway slaves came there, they fought on the side of those who were in.
He's back to runaway slaves again. Oh boy. Donnie Williams in the super chat, late night, grand night. Peace. He says $8.90 super chat. He says undefeated. Family. Maybe some of us, the Holy FBA Codex, myself, V4 Vengeance, SWLE 44, maybe some of us make it look just too easy. That we believe a caveman can do it. So people don't really. I would rather people just tell. I told people from the lineage, people, my family. I said, hey, if you guys want to talk, you want to vent, you have an idea. I said you can reach me. Email blackthinktank@yahoo.com. I said I would even get on the phone with some of you guys. Right? You need to vent, going through something. I said I'll dedicate half an hour or some of my time towards the lineage, right? To be that ear where you can vent, maybe give you an answer to, because I'm unbiased. So I'm not going to side with you just because you're of the lineage and you're a subscriber. If you involve me, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, my honest assessment. And sometimes you might like it, sometimes you might hate it. But I do that to avoid these moments right here publicly. Like, yo, we can have a private dialogue about this craziness in private. We didn't have to like expose it to the net. Okay, now people looking like, yo, what the hell's going on here? Okay, so let's go on.
Free territory.
Plantations, right? These are plant because you remember I asked you earlier. I asked you about people on the plantation. Now you're saying something else about runaway slaves. I'm not asking about runaway slaves. I'm asking about slaves. I said this 1,000 times tonight. I know what I said. I didn't say runaway slaves. I said slaves on the plantation. Were they warm with their master? You said yes. I said get that book.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Those who considered themselves slaves ran away to the free territory. The free territory was encompassed.
So now he's considering, or he's trying to tie in runaway slaves to people who are still enslaved on a plantation, right? This is where when tolerance can like just run out. Okay. Asked him about a book, no book, but he's still stamping his feet on the ground. I'm demanding evidence. He's offering oral narrative and symbolisms. The Seminole Wars, but provides no title. Huh. Then he shifts from empirical to anecdotal, locks, and when he locks the two, academic versus rhetorical, I asked simply for clarification. I said, when you say war, what I'm about to say. When you say war, do you mean rebellion? So I'm trying to reframe the term logically. Like, if you mean rebellion, just say rebellion. Don't say war. And if you mean war, then say you mean war, and I won't think of rebellion because the chat thinks you're talking about rebellions.
In land that was considered free. It was considered free.
But I asked you, but okay, so, all right, bro. Listen, I want to get back to my show because I'm asking questions and you're saying what you want to say, and we're right at this point we just talk around in circles. And look, just to make sure I'm not crazy, family, just make sure I'm not crazy, and just make sure. And I will apologize to you as well tomorrow. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this conversation between the questions I'm asking you and your answers, and I'm gonna ask AI tomorrow. Did I miss his answer or did he miss my question?
I must have missed
Okay.
your.
All right. I asked AI, and AI said he combined Seminole resistance, military war, with slave uprisings, rebellion, into one idea of constant battle, constant struggle. Okay. AI said he feels he's clarifying, but he's blurring categories to further. He's blurring categories further. My question, I said, define the term. That question never truly got a clean answer. This is AI talking now. It says, unbiased, you acknowledge possible miscommunication. And I tell him, I just said it. Tomorrow, I'll ask AI whether I missed your answer or you missed my question. He agrees, implying maybe he didn't catch what you were asking. Okay, AI said, unbiased Ron, you didn't misunderstand answers. Let me share with y'all. Okay. Look, here's the quote. Tomorrow I'll ask AI whether I missed your answers or you missed my question. He agrees, implying maybe he didn't catch what you were saying. Verdict. Unbiased Ron, you didn't misunderstand the answers. He misunderstood your question, scope, and definition of war. He answered broadly. You were asking narrowly. I knew we were like missing each other, but that was on his part. So no big deal. It just, he just got tightened up on his research because the conclusion wasn't concluding. Okay. So anyway, that was a classic example of semantic confusion, what you guys call plebiscite babble. Got to be careful because we'll laugh at it, we'll call it, crazy, and then you'll find yourself trying to be one of those smart people and be doing the same thing, plebiscite babble. Okay, I was asking about plantation warfare, right? Physical battles between enslaved of us versus them. Um, but he was talking about resistance in general, including runaway alliances and symbolic war. So while he thought he was answering me, he was speaking to a different scale of history. Same word war, two completely different meanings. And that was the issue that was driving me crazy. Like, dude, you're saying war, but do you really mean war? Like, if you do, say yes. So the chat can know he's not agreeing with you guys. He just wasn't. All right, so that's it on that. All right. Again, it's a good conversation. We learned a lot. It wasn't nothing crazy. He didn't say something too crazy, but let's move on.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is B.S.I.A. and he's back and he's gonna come with more BS.
This is my lucky day. I was able to get revenue on here, make them tap out, and now I got you on here.
Yeah, let me just say something real quick.
Got it.
You're everybody listen in the chat. Ron is, and I love you, brother. I want you to do well and be well, but man, you're so
Thank you.
misled. So, but everybody in the chat, Ron is using Chat GPT to judge who won between him and everybody. But even when you go to AI, if anybody can Google, can ChatGPT decide who won a debate? And even AI says AI language models like ChatGPT cannot reliably or impartially decide who won a debate. While AI can evaluate specific aspects of the debate, determine a winner, often rely.
Now, to some people, this sounds smart. To some people, I know that if he actually researched this stuff, he didn't put the right terminology in there. He didn't ask the question correctly. And he might have said just we're gonna just play games all night from school. Maybe that's what he researched, but it wasn't anything close to what I asked for.
Relies on a nuanced and human judgment. So AI
Oh, no,
says,
no, 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 no,
yeah,
no, 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 no. Read that last part
yeah,
about human judgment. Read
okay,
that part.
yeah, Chat GPT cannot reliably or impartially decide who won a debate. Now, let me finish. While AI can evaluate specific aspects of a debate,
Mm,
determining a winner, quote, it has air quotes winner, often relies on nuanced human judgment,
right.
it says which AI
Okay.
lacks.
Wait,
Which
so hold
AI
on, hold
lacks.
on,
So it says
hold on. Wait,
ChatGPT
wait, hold on.
cannot
You
judge a debate.
you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Okay, that's why when I ask ChatGPT, I don't see, okay, bro, I'm different than you and most people. When I put my debate in, I ask specific things. Okay. I don't just put it in there and say who won. Yeah, if you do that, you're probably not gonna be a winner. But you gotta ask certain things that we debated. Okay. So then ChatGPT is smart enough to determine if somebody is historically wrong. So if you say a date, if you say Dr. King was assassinated in 2022, and the debate is when he was assassinated, and I say 1968, it's going to determine you lost, and it's going to be accurately right.
Anyway, family, we got Golden Brown in the building. Ricardo Flat just pulled up. Okay, here. It's gonna be a quick live. Like I said, I didn't want to really bring this into tomorrow, so I'm definitely gonna go over. I'm still gonna go over B.S.I.A. video. Okay, so he did a video with B.S.I.A. did a video with me. Who else was on the panel? Was anybody with us? No, I think that was it. Okay. So anyway, he said you can't use AI to determine who won a debate. ChatGPT. Listen, family, you will only hear liars that try to discredit Wikipedia, Google, ChatGPT. Only liars or people with something to hide will sit there and go that far. It's like weird. Okay. So now I put in, I put in, I put in. Let me see everything. So I put in. It says after carefully and not analyzing the full. Matter of fact, let me share my screen. Y'all can read along with me. Let me see. Did I?
Okay, so now there are some debates that are like debatable, like very highly controversial, like abortion. Now, something like that, the way Chat GPT determined a winner, BSI, let me help you out.
So
They
listen to my
determine a winner
explanation,
by
family.
our personal arguments. If we stick to our arguments and support our arguments, yes, Chat GPT gonna have a hard time deciding who won. It's pretty much gonna cheerlead both of us, I'm guessing. But if somebody presents an argument and they fail to back it up, like you did, and I'm gonna play your stuff. And that's why when I read off the results between me and Revenue, it pointed out what he failed to do, and it said he topic shifted the entire, and it gave points, it gave timestamps when he did all this stuff. Now for you, you're here. That's why I said it's my lucky day because it has. Now I would love for you guys to put my look. Do this for me. Put my argument in there versus you. I guarantee ChatGPT won't find no flaws in my argument. I guarantee you.
This
I
is
guarantee.
where
Okay, wait, hold on. Just let me finish. Let me finish. You got to respond to what I'm
I want
saying.
him to go.
You can't just talk
I'm gonna go on
over
a
me.
rant.
I'm
I'm
listening to you.
saying, okay, in there.
Point premise model, like in the chat, listen.
Now, and go ahead, and I'm gonna give you a case in point. Go ahead.
My point, everybody in the chat, listen. Ron's whole premise is wrong. His premise is using Chat GPT. It says again, even AI says a language model like Chat GPT cannot reliably or impartially decide who won a debate. You're using something that even AI says you can't use. You're literally using something that even AI says you can't use Chat GPT. But what are you using? Chat GPT. That's all I wanted to say, brother. You can use it, but even AI says, man, you can't use it to reliably. And check this out, Ron. There's some, everybody
Did AI really say that?
can Google it. There's something called AI hallucinations. Because Ron talks about what Chat GPT facts. Even you're wrong on that. There's something called AI hallucination, where even Harvard University says, yes, AI will just make up facts. Doesn't it exist in reality? AI, Chat GPT will literally make up facts that does not exist in reality. That's why you can't use Chat GPT as an end all be all, because Harvard University, OpenAI, all of them say, does AI create hallucinations, make up facts that don't exist sometimes? Yes. So you're using Chat GPT all wrong, bro. You're only supposed to use it like Wikipedia as a starting base, as an ideal generator.
No.
But then you got to go to the sources. That's a fact, bro.
Well, first of all, see, people like you read stuff and then misapply it. That's the difference between me and you. You read stuff and misapply it. So what you just read, you misapplied it to our debate. That had nothing to do with us. And here's a case in point. Okay, so what you did with your video, right, that I'm going to analyze, right, your video, which is called Warning. If you are ethnically Black, then you are not American. It says, listen closely, FBA's Black Americans. You did a 46-minute, 50-second video with a whole bunch of specific arguments that you thought were correct. You tied in history. You talk about the OMB. Your information is either wrong when you mention the OMB or is right. The OMB has a website. The OMB has documented things. So you either represented them correctly or you didn't. So now ChatGPT pointed out when you didn't, when you misunderstood what the OMB is about. For example, ChatGPT concluded the OMB does not give out nationalities. You keep using them like they give out nationalities. It says it just collects numbers. The only person that believes OMB gives out nationalities, it said, is in B.S.I.A. head. Okay, wait, no. It's my turn. You were talking. I was quiet. No. It's my turn to do.
I never mentioned nationalities, but go ahead.
Okay, cool.
You're making up something. I never mentioned nationalities. So go ahead.
I got it. 6 seconds into your rant that got no views because it's bullshit. You said, if you say, this is a direct quote that AI pointed out. It said, if you say you are ethnically Black, you're not American. You said to be American, your ethnicity has to be American. All right. You put a period there. That's either wrong or right. Then you said this. You said descendants of American chattel slaves are ethnically American. We're the only Americans. All white people and others are immigrants. You said if you call yourself Black, like Black American or Foundation Black American, you're not ethnically American, so you're not American at all. That was your claim. That shit is either true or false.
That's true,
okay,
bro.
Okay, cool. I got it. Yeah, well, the fact checker.
When I say ethnically, I'm talking about lineage ancestry.
Okay, bro. I know what you're talking about because you did a whole 46-minute video where you said it over and over and over and over. It knows what you're talking about. Okay, so it says this claim. Look, fact checker. It says this claim confuses nationality with ethnicity.
I never used nationality. Bro. You're lying on me, bro. Yeah. Go back to the video. I never said nationality. You're lying.
Dude, you want to just relax or you want to get muted? I mean, how you want to do it? I'm trying to let you
Ron, I never used nationality.
Okay, relax. Oh, yeah,
no, but you're lying.
No. It's dude, bro, you don't have
I never used.
Okay, so bro, I'm gonna put you in the back. I'm gonna talk.
I'll leave, but you're lying.
But then leave then. Okay, then leave then. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. You don't got to say the word nationality. Are you dumb? That's the question. Are you dumb? You're using it as a nationality. One more time. You said if you are ethnically Black, you're not American. to be American, your ethnicity has to be American. You just made that shit up, by the way. Descendants of American chattel slaves are ethnically American. You said ethnically. Look at your listen, chat. He's so dumb. He don't understand the analysts. He's using American as an ethnicity. So the fact checker is saying he's confusing ethnicity with nationality. It's saying you cannot use American as an ethnicity. You're confusing American nationality with black ethnicity. That's what it's saying you're doing. I never said nationality. Of course you didn't. You're using American wrong. American is a nationality. It's not an ethnicity. So again, this guy confuses nationality American with ethnicity black. And is not how American identity or history works. See, he don't even let the sentence go to a period. It says that he doesn't know, family. It says that he doesn't know how American identity or history works. Matter of fact, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. You're out here, man. And all your followers is going to be with you. Okay? None of y'all can do anything with me, man. Okay. This is the quote. This is the fact checker. It says this claim confused. So his claim, this is the oh shit. This is the entire claim. Okay, that's the entire claim. That claim. Let me highlight this. Let me highlight this. Boom. Okay, so that claim confuses nationality. This is the assessment. It's not saying you said this. You're confusing nationality, which is American, man. You're confusing that with a Okay, so B.S.I.A is back in the building. Go ahead, brother.
Let me help you out, bro.
Yeah, please.
I'm using your own source. You
Mhm.
love Chat GPT. Everybody open up.
Wait, I thought you. Hold on. I'll let you do it. Let you do it. But it's okay. So it's not credible. It's just you're just gonna use it because I use it, right?
No, I'm going to Chat GPT myself. I ain't got long, but
Okay,
everybody,
go ahead.
everybody, go to Chat GPT. See, I'm about sources. Go to Chat
You are.
GPT. Yeah, go to Chat GPT and put in
Mhm.
yourself. I just did it. I'm on Chat GPT right now. And I
Mhm.
typed in, can Chat GPT correctly judge who won a debate? Yes or no? Chat GPT said no. Chat GPT said, I cannot definitively judge who won a debate. And it says, why not? Chat GPT lists why not. No personal opinions, right? I don't have subjective opinions or emotions, so I can't feel who has the more convincing argument.
Say that again. You said emotions and what else?
Yeah, I'm on Chat GPT, and
No, no,
Chat
no, no. You
GPT
you
says
said ChatGPT
no.
said they don't have what?
It says it gives one, two, four reasons. One reason is no personal opinion. Chat
Right.
GPT says, how come I cannot definitively judge who won a
Mm-hmm.
debate? Because you're using Chat
Right.
GPT. I'm telling you, you can't
Yeah,
do you're
but keep reading, keep
yeah.
reading.
It says no personal opinions. I don't have subjective opinions or emotions. So I
Good.
can't feel
Start right
who
there.
was more
Start right there.
convincing.
Got it. Got it. You said emotions and feelings. Hey, chat. This is why these guys can't F with me. They don't know how to research, and he don't know how I'm using ChatGPT. It ain't for his reason. Watch this. Now stay right there. I only showing half my screen for a reason. I got you out of hiding. Now you're here. Now you're done. Okay. It says, what were you asking? You were trying to narrowly clarify one specific claim. This is ChatGPT. It says, now I gave him our discussion. Okay. Look at this. Um, we're enslaved people. No, I'm sorry. This ain't you. Let me go to you. Let me go to you.
You didn't let me finish, bro.
And
You didn't let me finish.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. It's going to tie into the same thing. Okay. I got you because I'm not because you um
Well, Chat GPT says it cannot definitively judge a debate. So you're using
bruh.
it for you're using it wrong.
No,
But
no,
go ahead.
no. Hold on. I didn't use it to judge a debate,
Yes,
but
you
you're going
did.
to see.
Yes, you did.
Okay,
Yes, you did. You
cool.
said
Okay,
Chat
but by
GPT said
you
I want to
saying,
debate. Yes, you did.
by you saying, yes, I did. When I gave Chat GPT the transcript, they didn't see it as that. So we're going to see. All right. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Let me
Bro,
scroll.
let me finish up while you're looking. Okay. Number
Go ahead.
two,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
bias risk. I might unintentionally favor one side if the argument are phrased more clearly or matched common patterns in my training data. See, if you match the data, the training data of the Chat GPT, they'll side with you more.
Mm-mm.
And number three, debate context matters. Judging a debate requires understanding tone, delivery, audience reaction, body language, all of which I cannot
Hold on.
access.
So
And
wait,
hang on, number four.
I got
So
no.
no,
All right,
hang on. Just,
don't
let me just
hang on
land
me.
this.
No.
No,
No,
let
no,
me
no,
just
no,
land.
no, 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 no,
Let
no,
me. It's
because
the last one, bro. Let me just
you're
land this one.
misrepresenting me. Put you on pause. Okay, so now this is what's going on. It's not what he's saying. Listen to what it actually says. It says your opponent. It's talking about this guy. It says so. This is factually checking his arguments. It says your opponent's argument. This ain't judging. Watch this. It says your opponent's argument collapses under both linguistic logic. Linguistics is a real study. If you say something goofy like a double negative, that's wrong grammatically. ChatGPT can say, "Hey, that's a double negative. That proves the opposite." Okay. So now linguistic logic and legal historical reality. So there's things that are legally incorrect and legally correct, and AI can cook you on that. It
Okay,
says let oh
prove
no,
me
I no
wrong on
no
one thing. Just
okay. Just be quiet while I finish reading. You go. Because you're misrepresenting me. I'm not misrepresenting you. This is the actual transcript that the ChatGPT is responding to. This is the actual transcript.
bro,
Wait,
where am I
okay,
wrong?
okay. This guy. You're wrong because you won't listen.
Come on, bro. Let's stop
Okay,
playing.
okay. I gotta keep muting you. I'll keep muting you, dude. It don't hurt me because the show's gonna go on. Okay. So it says what your opponent claimed. This is what you claim. You stop me when I'm wrong. He argued that if a person identifies as black, they can't be American. So ChatGPT is looking over your argument. It says you argue American in his mind isn't a nationality but an ethnonym. You argue, therefore, one cannot be both black and American because that would combine two supposedly conflicting ethnonyms. Now, when you messed up earlier, I pointed out that you purposely left out the flag, right? Are
You
you
haven't
familiar
proven
with
me. I'm still waiting for you to prove me
are,
wrong, bro.
are you familiar with the red, white, and blue American flag?
Yeah, the Black American Heritage Flag. Yeah,
Wait. What's it called again?
the Black American Heritage Flag. Yeah,
Right. So why in your video you said Black Heritage Flag?
same thing.
No,
It's
it's not.
same thing. Yes,
Okay.
it
All
is.
right. I got mute. So family, look at this guy. This guy says the same thing. Black Heritage Flag is the same as Black American Heritage Flag. I'm glad you said that. Are you sure it's the same thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna use that as a clip for tomorrow. Just keep talking. Now,
Yeah. Just
okay,
clip it. You haven't proven me
okay,
wrong,
cool.
bro. I'm
So
still
now
waiting to be proven wrong.
I
I proved you wrong.
I got it. So it says he also tried to dismiss your use of ChatGPT's debate analysis by saying, I gotcha. AI can't determine who won a debate because it lacks human nuance. So his 2 points were philosophical claim, black and American are mutually exclusive ethnonyms, and then a meta claim that ChatGPT can't evaluate arguments or decide debate outcomes. Watch this. Why his core argument makes no sense. He fundamentally misuses the word American. American equals nationality. So it's going to get you one by one. It says it's not an ethnonym. It refers to citizenship or belonging to the U.S. Polity, not to a shared ancestral lineage or ethnicity.
Now
Watch
say that
this.
again. I wasn't listening. Repeat that. Go
Got
ahead.
it. I know. Listening is a skill. It's an art.
Just go ahead. You haven't
Why
proven me
why
wrong yet,
his
but
core why his core argument, and I'm gonna replay this to a larger audience tomorrow. Okay, so why his core argument makes no sense. He fundamentally misuses the word American. American equals nationality. It's not an ethnonym.
Stop right there. No, no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no,
We're
no, no,
gonna no.
no.
You don't run the show here, buddy. You will go in the waiting room.
Let me
Okay, I'm
interrupt you,
okay.
bro.
No, no. I'm going to finish going.
I'll leave again,
No, you can leave.
bro.
The
I'll
show's gonna
leave
go on.
because
All right,
what you're
bye.
saying.
Bye, bye,
No, no,
bye. Listen, I'm going to. I'm putting. You want to go in the waiting room? You want to just
bro.
wait?
I'll just you put me back. I'll just leave, bro.
Okay. Anyway, that's not gonna scare me to finish reading. American is not all you gotta do is work on a rebuttal when I'm done. That's all. Then you're gonna go. I'm gonna go on mute for 10 minutes and you go. So that means I'm gonna give you 10 minutes of just go in as much as you want, and that's it. So you can finish reading your chat GPT, but you misuse it. So American is a nationality, it's not an ethnonym. It refers to citizenship or belonging to the US polity, not a shared ancestral lineage or ethnicity. Then it gives you the facts. The 14th Amendment, 1868. All persons, all means all, ALL, all persons born or naturalized in the U.S. are citizens of the United States. This applies regardless of race or ethnic origin. That means Black
With that,
Americans are literally Americans by nationality and Black by ethnonym or lineage, two different linguistic categories that coexist without contradiction. He collapses legal nationality American into cultural lineage Black, confusing grammar, anthropology, and law all at once. God damn. It says, ethnonym does not equate to a nationality. An ethnonym like FBA, Cherokee, Irish, Yoruba describes a cultural or ancestral people. A nationality describes a state or legal belonging like American, Nigerian, French.
yes, I agree
Nothing,
with that. I
okay,
agree with that.
cool.
I teach that.
Nothing in linguistics forbids combining both. Nothing in linguistics forbids combining both. African American, which would really be Black American. Let me fix that. Black American, Italian American, Irish American, Japanese American. So watch this. So Black American fits the same grammatical structure. If he were consistent, he'd have to say Italian American or Irish American are impossible phrases too, which is absurd. This is talking about you. Then it
Listen,
says this.
listen,
Oh, wait,
bro.
wait. No, no. I just tell him I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, but I'm done.
I don't need 10 minutes, but go ahead.
Okay, whatever. What time you need? You got it. It says Black and American are grammatically compatible. Black functions as a modifier, adjective, or attributive noun describing a subset within a nationality. Is no different than Native American, White American, Mexican American. He's confusing, and I said this the other day when you first did it. He's confusing syntax word function with identity politics. Grammatically, there is no contradiction. Hmm. Historical proof he's wrong. You cited it perfectly. So this is AI telling me I'm perfect on this one. It says Frederick Douglass, 1853, by birth we are American citizens. MLK, 1963, who you try to use. Anyone who lives in the United States can never be considered an outsider. Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael, and James Brown all called themselves Black Americans. Now watch this. So historically, both Black intellectual elite and the grassroots use Black American to assert dual belonging, racially distinct yet nationally American. His argument erases 150 years of documented self-identification. God damn. Okay, now here's where you mess up with ChatGPT. I was
Okay.
trying to save you embarrassment on the
You're
World
going
Wide
so
Web.
long. I'm forgetting my
Okay,
argument, but go ahead.
right there. I said formulate it while I'm doing this. Okay, I was trying to save you embarrassment from
Bro,
your
you
students
haven't proven me wrong yet, but go
and the
ahead. Go
World
ahead.
Wide Web. I know. I would never prove you wrong. That's why I asked ChatGPT. It says why his attack on ChatGPT is misapplied. I kept saying you misapplied it. He read part of an AI disclaimer. You read part of it. AI, and you just the part you read. AI cannot reliably or impartially determine who won a debate. That's
Hang on,
true
no,
in
no, no,
this.
no. You
Okay, no, no.
you just
Wait, okay, you got to stop. I just said I let you. We just
no,
agreed.
but you just agreed.
He said no, dude. You just said you
Gotcha.
would go.
You
Okay, how you get me? This guy losing say he got me. You
yeah. It
just
says it
said
cannot.
okay. You just
I
did he
got you,
just
bro.
okay. Your comprehension got you. It said, well, how do you get me when this is saying you're wrong? Why his attack? Yeah, this is crazy. AI is cooking him and he thinks they agree. It says, why his attack on ChatGPT is misapplied. He read part of an AI disclaimer. That's not good to read part of something. It shows you the part you read, the part. AI cannot reliably or impartially determine who won a debate. That's
Thank
part
you.
of
That's
it.
all I'm saying. Thank you.
Right. That yeah, it's good. You read part of
I
something. Just
won.
like you okay, just like you said Black
I
Heritage
won,
Flag and not Black American Heritage Flag. You read part of that.
bro. You
So
just made me the winner.
you have a history of reading parts of
Thank you,
things and
brother.
not the whole thing. You are welcome.
Yeah, your
Okay.
chat
Now,
sees it. I won.
okay, cool. Okay. So you can't I mean saying the same thing over and over.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I won. Look, it says it
Okay,
again.
cool.
That is
Okay, cool.
true again.
Okay, I
Both
got you.
lines say I'm correct.
Got you.
Thank you.
Okay, so it says, look, it says that's true in the
Thank you. I
sense
won.
that's true in the sense of its subjective I'm sorry, that's true in the sense of subjective debates, e.g., morality, religion, politics, where winning depends on audience values. Oh, but your debate was not subjective, unbiased Ron. It was factually testable. You were debating historical accuracy and linguistic logic. AI can absolutely evaluate. Uh-oh. This what happens when you read part of something and not the
No.
whole. AI can absolutely evaluate whether definitions were correct, whether claims contradicted known facts, whether arguments followed logically from premises. Hold on. God, you getting cooked. It says so when you use ChatGPT to analyze both sides, it wasn't deciding emotionally. It was fact checking logic, usage, and evidence, family.
And they got it
They
wrong.
can't do anything with me. His complaint amounts to a calculator can't do math because it's not human. It's a category error, misunderstanding what AI judgment means. Your turn.
Okay, everybody, you just heard him say several times Chat GPT cannot be used to determine the winner debate. He actually said it to you. That's chat. His own source says, yeah, you cannot, at Chat GPT cannot be used to win a debate. That's just what it said. It said, I'm correct. Now, let's move to a factual part. Let me share my screen. Now, let me show you where Chat GPT is wrong. Everybody look at your screen. Remember, Chat GPT says you cannot quote me verbatim like on a college essay. That's what Ron is doing. Ron is misapplying Chat GPT because Chat GPT, if you put it in and say, hey, can I use Chat GPT verbatim for an essay in college or whatever to prove my point? No. Chat GPT literally says you cannot use Chat GPT verbatim. Ron is using Chat GPT verbatim. So first of all, his own source says, yes, it's true. Mr. USA is correct. Chat GPT cannot definitively judge a debate. Ron used all Chat GPT to say, I won the debate when Chat GPT says no. Now, let's move to my second point. I don't need 10 minutes. Now, it said what Chat GPT can do is decipher if something is correct or not. Even then, Chat GPT says yes, Chat GPT gets things wrong all the time. Let me give you an example. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Everybody look at your screen. Chat GPT said American is a nationality. No, it's not. I got right here in front of your face. Chat GPT admits it gets things wrong all the time. It's called AI hallucination. that means ChatGPT will just make shit up and say it's true. So when ChatGPT says that American is the nationality of the USA, it made it up. Again, look at any AI source, ChatGPT, all of them. They will say, yeah, AI makes up shit. It just makes it up and says it's true. I'm going to prove you wrong, Ron and ChatGPT at the same time. Once again, it says American is the nationality of the USA. No, it's not. The nationality of the USA is the United States of America. It's right here, right here. I got all the receipts right here. Everybody take out your passport. It's not American. It is USA. The United States of America is your nationality. What does nationality mean? You are a citizen of that nation. See, what Ron gets wrong is this. Now, if you go to Europe, now Germany's nationality is German. It's called Dutch. So when you look on the German passport, it's going to say nationality German. Not so in America. In America, your nationality says United States of America. So ChatGPT got that wrong because Ron kept saying, well, American is a nationality. No, it's not. Your nationality is literally United States of America. It's on your passport. And if you become naturalized as a citizen, it says it again, USA citizen. So ChatGPT is wrong saying American is national. How? Once again, let's move forward. Well, what about Irish American and Jamaican American? What are those? Irish American is simply an Irish person who's a citizen of America. That's all an Irish American is, a citizen of America. So again, people, to prove ChatGPT got it wrong and it admits it gets things wrong and makes stuff up, and Ron doesn't seem to understand that. And on top of that, it backed me. It cannot definitively judge a debate. On top of that, when it says for the last time, and Ron, you can jump in. When ChatGPT says, well, American is a nationality. No, it's not. I'm giving you the USA documents. See, ChatGPT got it wrong. And if you go to ChatGPT and said, hey, does ChatGPT get things wrong? At a historical sense, factual sense, whatever. And ChatGPT will say, yes, it's not infallible. But Ron is using ChatGPT as it's infallible, when in fact, every expert would tell you, yeah, AI makes mistakes. It also makes things up and says those things are facts, when in fact, those things don't even exist. So they can't be facts. So let me land my plane right now, everybody. Just get your passport. Just get your passport. And it says nationality, the United States of America. Just like the Olympics. The Olympics doesn't say American. The Olympics, right? When we go to Olympics, it says USA. It doesn't say American. So your nationality is United States of America. Nationality is not American. ChatGPT got that wrong. And I'm using the passport. I'm giving you 3 sources to prove that your nationality is not American. It's the United States of America. Look at your passport right here, United States of America. Look at if you become naturalized, United States of America. And when you go to the Olympics, when you watch the Olympics in Tokyo and Paris, it says USA. Nothing says American. So what happened was ChatGPT had an AI hallucination. It made up something and called it true, and it backed Ron when in actuality, I destroyed both Ron and ChatGPT because there's no legal document saying that the nationality of America is American. No, the nationality of America is the United States of America. They got it correct. And Germany changed their passport because Africans are using the German passport to say, well, I'm German. Well, no, you're not ethnically German. And Africans like to say, well, my nationality is German. So yeah, these Germans are ethnic Germans and we are nationalistic Germans. See, we're both German, just different types of German. These German people have been here forever. They're ethnically German. We Africans are nationalistic German. See, that's crazy because nationality simply means the nation you are a citizen of. So our country got it right. Nationality, it simply means the nation you are a citizen of. It says it, United States of America. So ChatGPT is wrong and Ron is wrong. There is no such thing as your nationality being American. And again, Irish American, Jamaican American, Italian American are simply Italians who live in America legally, Germans who are citizens of America, Jamaicans who are citizens of America. There is no American nationality. American is an ethnicity, a lineage, an ancestry, and that's us. That's because we come from America. We're the only Americans. So there you go, bro. There you go. Proved you both wrong at one time. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So you said ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, you got it wrong. I'm giving you right here.
So let's just go to Google AI. This ain't Chat GPT.
It's
Okay, cool. Yeah, this ain't Chat GPT, buddy. It's totally
it's
different.
all the same
Okay,
thing,
no,
bro.
okay. Well, okay, they're all the same. Got it. Yes, American is a nationality, as it refers to being a citizen of the United States. Nationality is defined by citizenship, while ethnicity is a separate concept related to shared culture, language, and origin. So, nationality is dealing with citizenship, and ethnicity is something totally separate. It says,
Okay, go to the
wait a
bottom.
minute,
Can
no,
you
no,
go to
it's
the
my turn.
bottom?
I was totally quiet while you were reading.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, he still talks. I give him my word. I say, bro, when I get done reading, and matter of fact, I wasn't even done. I stopped because it was kind of long. So I said, okay, let me stop and let the brother
Yeah, go
go.
ahead, bro.
And
Go
then
ahead,
when
bro.
he finished, I'll come back behind him. But he can't even stop. I will read the Bible. I'm going to read everything in the square, bro.
All right, thank you, bro.
Okay. So I'm not you. I don't read partial stuff. I read the whole thing. It says, yes, American is a nationality. Drop the bomb, as it refers to being a citizen of the United States. Drop the bomb. Nationality is defined by citizenship. Nationality is defined by citizenship.
I
Okay.
said that. That's what nationality
Okay.
means,
And
citizenship.
he cannot stop. I was totally quiet. He was talking in circles, and I still wouldn't say, I wouldn't step in. 'Cause I said, when he says it's my go, I'm going to jump all over him. Okay, so nationality is defined by citizenship, while ethnicity is a separate concept. Ethnicities are related to shared culture, not nationalities, language, not nationalities, and origin, not nationalities. The United States is a multicultural country with people from many different ethnic backgrounds. So while a person is an American by nationality, their ethnicity may be different. Nationality versus ethnicity. Nationality is the legal status of being a citizen of a country, while ethnicity is a cultural or ancestral identity. American as a nationality, all citizens of the United States have American nationality. For example, a person born in the United States has the nationality of the United States. 1868, 14th Amendment. American, you said go to the last one. American as an ethnicity. Some people also consider themselves to be of American ethnicity, especially if their family has been in the country for many generations and they feel a strong connection to the shared national culture, even if their ancestral roots are from elsewhere. It's a tether. However, this is not the same as the broader legal definition of American nationality. Those people feel that way, but that's not what they are. Now, let's go back to the cookout. I tell you, I wasn't done. I stopped because it was long and I ain't gonna make you wait that long. You talked in circles. I'm gonna teach you how to talk for real, for real. You teach, you say you teach. Well, to be a good teacher, you gotta be a good student. Okay, it says the real cognitive mistakes he made. This is talking to you. It says fallacy type, category error. You mixed different conceptual levels. You confused nationality American with ethnonym black, and you still do it. It says you came with a false dichotomy. You forcing a choice between two compatible things. You said you can't be both black and American, and nobody still understands why. The third fallacy, straw man, mistaking your position to attack it. Family, it said he mistaked his own position and attacked it, pretending I use ChatGPT to replace human judgment. You see? That's his straw man. You use ChatGPT, and I let him just go. He pretended I used ChatGPT to replace human judgment. Then he appeals to ignorance, claiming AI can't analyze because it's not perfect. AI has, look, it quotes him, AI has hallucinations, so nothing it says counts. Circular reasoning, using his own definition as proof. He says American means ethnicity. So if you're not ethnically American, you're not American. This is his own proof. He can't substantiate nowhere. Each of these errors shows that his argument wasn't based on evidence or logic, only on semantic manipulation. This is embarrassing. Let's go to your
Hey, hey,
OMB.
hey, hey,
Wait, no,
hey,
no,
can
I'm
you
not
stop? No,
done.
no, no.
I'm
Hang
not
on,
done.
stop.
Okay.
What did you just say?
That's just embarrassing.
No, 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 no. What you just read? I want to. What you just said something just a minute ago.
Okay. It's embarrassing. That's what I
No,
said.
no, no. Just before that.
All right. Let me finish so you can go again. All right. So the OMB and census angle. When you mention that the Office of Management and Budget, OMB, collects racial and ethnic data, not nationalities, that was correct. He conflated racial reporting.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Right,
But go
right.
ahead.
That's talking about me. Talking about me. He conflated race. I'm the first person. Is talking to the first person. He conflated. You don't know about first person, second, third person. I gotta teach you that too. He conflated racial reporting categories with nationhood. He conflated racial reporting categories with nationhood. The OMB's categories, black or African American, white, Asian, etc., are statistical, not legal or ethnonomic classifications. They do not define nationality. You're using this for the wrong reason. That single misunderstanding, look, family, it said this mess up here. That single misunderstanding exposed his entire framework as pseudo linguistic, not scholarly. His entire framework. Now, let's talk about ChatGPT role in debate
No, no, no.
evaluation.
Let's go back and then
Wait, wait,
you can jump to
wait. How
this
you gonna tell me? How you gonna tell me to handle my time?
because I want to,
But it's my time. What are you talking about? How you jump in? You
you're discussing.
no, but I didn't jump in your time. I let you do what you want to do, and I waited my turn.
Go ahead.
Like, yeah, how do you do that? And the real question is, where do they do that at? All right. Let me take it off right there. Okay. God damn, dude. Relax. Okay. So let me do this right here. I love the split screens. So I can throw my but for those who appreciate great scholarship, I'm gonna throw my Cash App in there. Those who appreciate my hard work. I make hard work look so easy. Okay. Boom. That's the Cash App handle. Value my hard work, family. Let's cook them thoroughly. No pink. Chat GPT's role in debate evaluation. You explained your use correctly. Unbiased Ron. You explained your use correctly. I don't ask ChatGPT who won. I ask it to assess whether arguments hold up logically and historically. So what you should have did was you should have asked, what did I ask ChatGPT in the first place? You went off a guess, and that's just called a straw man. You never asked me to show what I asked ChatGPT. When I said, hey, look at the transcript, I give it a whole speech, a whole spill. And I'm gonna show you an example. You don't gotta ask. I'll do it. I'll volunteer it. I'll show you what I asked ChatGPT when I have him look over argument. I did the same thing with Hero Heinous. He's my brother, but he was wrong also, and I did it for him. Okay. I don't ask ChatGPT who won. I ask it to assess whether arguments hold up logically and historically, and I ask it to point out the flaws. ChatGPT, brother, volunteers who won. I've never asked him that. I say point out the strongest arguments for the person that made the strongest arguments and point out the weakest arguments for the person who did that. I say point out the liar, basically. So that's exactly how academic debate judging works, bro. AI doesn't pick sides, it checks consistency, evidence, quality, logical coherence. Again, AI doesn't pick sides, it checks consistency, evidence, quality, logical coherence. So you use it as a logical verifier, not a judge of emotion or style. So everything you read that you said it does not do, it cannot do, I didn't ask it to do that. I said judge the logical verifier or give me the be the logical verifier. That's a sound application. Watch this. It says aspect, use of terms, correctly distinguishing. It says my argument versus you. I correctly distinguish ethnonym versus nationality. Hit you collapse both into one. Historical foundation. I supported. I was supported by Douglas King OMB definitions. He unsupported personal theory. Me, consistent my linguistic logic, consistent with syntax and semantics. He grammatically incoherent, basically retarded. It says AI use a logic evaluator. He misrepresented AI's role, overall clarity. I'm unbiased Ron, logical, source, and precise. He circular, evasive, and misapplied. Winner, unbiased Ron by factual and logical knockout. So now, what you should do is go to YouTube and look up my name. You'll see that I have a 17-year history of kicking ASS.
Okay, let me share my screen again because you're wrong.
Sure.
You both of you are wrong. I'm gonna just bring it up again. You just said that you just said AI said I didn't bring evidence. Again, AI can't disprove this. This is a fact. The nationality of America is USA. You go to the Olympics or watch the Olympics, USA. You become naturalized, USA.
You know what?
There is no American nationality. There is none.
So let me type in it for you.
So
Let me type it in for you.
no, hang on,
No.
hang on. So I'm just letting you know that when
I'm
you
gonna ask it.
when you
I'm
keep
gonna-
saying that
You
no,
may ask the question?
I got the passport right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
okay, check this out. Ask
Goddamn.
no, check it out. Ask ChatGPT right now.
Go ahead.
On the USA passport,
Hold
is
on.
your
On the
nationality
US
American? Go ahead.
and the US passport is does it list uh I guess does it list an American citizen?
No, American nationality. We're talking nationality.
Right. Yeah, but what's the question?
Yeah, ask ChatGPT. On the USA passport, is your nationality American? Yes or no?
Okay, on the US look, on the USA passport, does it list uh
American as your nationality.
does it list? Yeah, but I gotta be clear, we're not talking about a foreigner. So it's can't be vague. So I'm gonna write on the USA passport, does it list an American citizen nationality as American? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
As American. And then I'm gonna do
I can't see your screen, man. Is
why?
this
Because
the
you're sharing
screenshot?
yours. That's why you're sharing yours.
All right.
Unshare yours, I can share mine.
How do I unshare it?
Okay, I got it. This guy said I can't see your screen
I
because you
can't.
asked to share yours, right?
No. I want to see ChatGPT. No.
Okay.
I want you to put up what you're saying because I'm
Right
correct. But
there.
go ahead. I want to see if ChatGPT can catch it. Go ahead.
Hold on, let me drag it down. Let me put my Cash App back on in case somebody from that lineage say, "Hey, man, what Ron is doing is this is groundbreaking. The average person just can't do this right here, family. This is a gift that I was born with. This can't be taught."
You've lost
Okay.
every point so far. You depend on ChatGPT. I mean,
Okay. So now I'm gonna put why or why not. So the question is, on the USA passport, does it list an American citizen nationality as American? Why or why not? Real simple. I'm gonna press.
no. Don't put the Y word. I just want
You
to
know, I
put
gotta explain it. It can't just be vague. See, you like partial stuff. We like the whole.
Boom, 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 boom. Pay me my money. There it is. It says United States of America, not American.
Okay, so let me start from the top.
Everybody, I am out.
Hey,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
okay,
read
I
it.
bet you are out. You got knocked out. You definitely got knocked out. So it
Go ahead
says
and read it,
great.
baby. Read it.
It says great question, and is one that confuses many people. It says great. So you didn't read that part. It says great question, and it's one that confuses B.S.I.A. with its BS.
No, read
It
it. It
says
says what?
many people, when they first look at the nationality, fill on a U.S. passport. It
But you're
says
not. It's not on
here's
your
a clear.
screen. You're reading something
It
not on your
is
screen,
no,
bro.
it's on my screen, man.
No, it's
You got
not.
to.
No, I'm looking at the screen. It doesn't say that. Just read the part where it says the United States passport
Hey,
actually says
no. So what I just read at the top, you didn't see that?
no. It's not showing.
It's showing.
No, it just says great question. Okay, go ahead. A great
Oh
question.
my, dude, that's what I just read.
Okay, go ahead.
Family, this
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
can't.
no,
Yo, this
no,
guy's need
go ahead.
glasses. He need all types.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh my god, I'll read it over because you causing evil magic, black magic here. No, African magic, not black. Black magic is great. Great question, and it's one that confused this guy just now. It says when you first look at the nationality field on a U.S. passport, here's a clear breakdown. What the U.S. passport actually says under the nationality section, a U.S. passport lists United States of America, not American. That's the
Thank you.
official.
Pay
That's
me
enough for
my
you.
money. I've been
And he's
kicking
a
your butt
teacher.
all night long, right
And he's
there.
a teacher to
I
you
am
guys.
correct. You're wrong. Give
Wow,
it
that's
up.
enough. Yeah, bruh.
Give it up.
Yeah, I think you're really on that spectrum, my boy.
No, nationality
Okay,
is not no
got
American. I told you.
got it. Yeah, but when I get done reading like I always do, you end up knocked out again. It says
No, it just
that's
said I'm correct.
it
You're
says
wrong,
that's
brother.
the official nationality designation recognized under international law and by the International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO), which standardizes what goes on passports globally. So this organization standardizes globally what you must put on there. Okay. It says why it doesn't say American. It says American is an adjective, not a formal nationality in legal documents. American citizen describes your status. United States of America is the name of the state that holds sovereignty. You see the
Yes,
difference
yes,
now?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Keep going.
you don't understand that though. It says in international law, nationality identifies the state you belong to, not the cultural label or demonym.
Boom, boom, boom. I said this the whole time. I said nationality is
Yeah,
the nation you're a citizen of.
and family,
You- I
he missed
just
that.
won this debate, brother.
It says the U.S. Department of State specifies
Yes. Shout out to Kwame.
nationality as wow. It says the U.S. Department of the State specifies nationality as the legal relationship between an individual and the United States.
Yes.
So the printed term must be the name of the nation state itself,
Yes.
United States of America.
Yes.
Okay.
I say that. I
Okay.
preach that at my channel. You are wrong, brother.
Okay. So now it
I
goes
told you for
further.
3 days you're wrong.
You've been wrong ever since you've been saying
No,
that.
brother.
Okay, so it goes further. It says citizenship versus national. We all know you like to read partial stuff.
Brother, you just
Okay,
read the whole everything
so
so far is everything I said. Everything.
okay, got it. Citizenship versus nationality, U.S. context. Citizenship equals legal membership and rights under U.S. law, e.g.,
Yes. Yep.
voting,
Yep.
residency. Nationality equals international recognition of which country's jurisdiction you fall under. In the U.S., these terms are often interchangeable because almost all citizens are nationals. But legally speaking, national of the United States includes U.S. citizen and a small number of people born in U.S. territories who owe allegiance but don't have full citizenship, e.g., American Samoa, right?
Yes, yes,
So
I agree
now,
with everything.
cool. It says nationality, United States of America. Explanation is the sovereign nation recognized by international law. Demonym, everyday use, American, not the United States of America. Cultural and informal label. That's an informal label. Citizenship, U.S. citizen, legal status under U.S. Constitution and law. In short, the passport lists United States of America because it's a legal document reflecting your membership in a recognized state, not a cultural state. So when you say you're American, like I said before when we first talked, that is our culture. Our culture is also American. Okay. But the United States of America is on legal document. It reflects our membership in a recognized state, not a cultural label. It does not list American because American is a demonym, bro, not a nationality in legal form. It's something we say. So when you say you're American and you're not Black American, you're using an informal label. You're using an informal label, my guy. You're actually a citizen of the United States of America. We say
When you,
American
okay,
as a shortcut.
when you're done, let me know, bro.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, everybody. I won. It says that the nationality of America is United States of America and not American. That's all I'm saying. He read it. It's like, yes, Mr. USA is correct. I told you, brother. I
Okay, so
told
let
you,
me ask you
brother.
this. So let me ask you
Bro,
this.
you mess with the right one. Pay
I
me
got it.
my money.
So let me ask you this. So
You
now
lost. I told you 3 days in a row,
I
bro. You got it
I
wrong.
got you. I got you. Let me ask you this. Because I
Okay,
like to
hang on. Hang on. And
I like to
remember Chat GPT kept saying I was wrong, and I told you
yes.
Chat GPT got it wrong.
It's saying you're wrong now
There you
too.
go. Bro,
Saying
no,
you're wrong
no.
now too.
Go back to where it says nationality. It
Oh, wait,
says
wait, wait,
United States
wait.
of America.
Before I do that, what are you saying you're right about?
That our nationality is not American, but the United States of America. You read
Okay.
it. It said it's a, yeah,
Wait, wait,
correct.
wait. Bro,
Your
slow
nationality is not
down.
American. It's the United States of
Okay.
America. Go ahead. I can't hear you, bro. Well, I don't know if it's Ron talking, but I can't hear you, brother. Anyway, Ron,
Okay.
his
Because
own
I'm trying to
source
get
said
your
I am
words
correct.
verbatim. So you said you're right because of what?
Well, no, okay, no. Can go back to in the
No,
beginning.
no, no, no.
No, no,
It
no,
just
no. I
just
know. I
look.
want you
I would
to.
just look.
No,
I
no, no,
could read.
bro,
Look, I
bro,
can get your words. I can put you in the waiting room and just replay the video. So you could tell me right now, or you
bro,
can run and I can put you
bro.
in the waiting room
Go
and I get
back.
your words.
Yo, can you
Okay.
go
So
back?
look. So give me 5 minutes. You're going to wait room. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna play back your words. This guy, we all know he's a mumbling idiot. Okay. So let's get his words. That guy's weird. And what I'm gonna do to him, what I'm gonna finish doing to him, it's gonna be unbelievable. Okay, so let's get his words. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, no. Can go back? Go
wait, wait,
correct.
wait. All right, to this because I
Okay,
like to.
hang on, hang on. And
I like to.
remember, Chat GPT kept saying I was wrong, and I told you
Yes.
Chat GPT got it wrong.
It's saying you're wrong now
There you
too.
go, bro.
Saying
No,
you're wrong
no.
now too.
Go back to where it says nationality. It
Oh, wait,
says
wait, wait,
United States of
wait.
America.
Before I do that, what are you saying you're right? And you know, it's funny, family. The title of the video, it says B.S.I.A. caught lying again. I pretty much predicted this moment because I said that he wasn't even caught lying again yet. He came on and proved the title right, which is hilarious. About.
That our nationality is not American.
Stop right there. Hour and a half, because he knows this is going next. 1 second. I never knew, and this is why people don't like to repeat what they said, especially when they know they get about to get cooked or already getting cooked.
But the United States of America, you
Okay, that's like the dumbest shit you can say. The, after we just read why American can't be on there, we just read that American is the nickname of, but he, like I said, he admits that he reads partial information and then make a whole doctrine. He surrounds a whole doctrine, okay, around partial information. It's embarrassing. Okay.
read
What are you saying you're right about?
that our nationality is not American, but the United States of America. You read
Okay.
it. It said it's a, yeah,
Wait,
correct.
bro. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I tell you, family, they look at one thing and instead of being honest like me and research, why don't say American? Why does it say American citizens and things like that? Or United States of America? Why does it say that? No, they go into a whole doctrine built off bullshit information. Okay. This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna ask AI to okay. Okay, cool. Let me bring him back in. Oh, he hung up. Wow. Oh, he hung up, family. Hey, I didn't kick him off. Call back in. Hey, click the link, call back in so I can finish dismantling you. Okay. So watch this. So I think it's too, let me make it bigger because I looked at the screen, it was too small. Y'all couldn't see it. Okay. Okay. So family, this is speaking about Mr. USA, Mr. uh B.S.I.A, the guy with the BS. It says excellent question. And this is a classic example of someone confusing legal formatting with linguistic meaning. Family, this is your teacher. So some of these weirdos that support me be on this channel, like really buying this stuff, hook, line, and sinker. Let's unpack exactly where that man's reasoning goes wrong and why his conclusion is a major categorical error. Watch this. His claim, the U.S. passport proves that the nationality of an American citizen is not American, but United States of America, because that's what it says under nationality. At first, at first glance, that sounds logical. So you idiots that looked at this at first glance said, "Yeah, man, it's interesting. Wow, it does. you're a fool. But it's based on a surface reading of a legal form, not on how nationality is defined in law or linguistics. Okay? Why he's wrong. The core error. A. United States of America is the legal name of the state, not the nationality's descriptor. Hello? United States of America is the legal name of the state, not the nationality's descriptor. The field, nationality, United States of America, refers to the nation state you legally belong to. The passport must use the formal name of the sovereign entity. So both names are interchangeable. They're synonymous. You cannot use the demonym American. This is what we use on a day-to-day basis. We say we're American. We don't go around saying we're of the United States of America. Okay? It says because the passport is an international legal document, not a linguistic or cultural statement. So, family, within America, we can say, and within our country, the United States of America, we can say American, 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 because we know what we mean. But as I said to them before, when you go abroad, other countries got the name America in it. That's going to be confusing. So they say, no, no, no. To avoid confusion, put that in there. So a family, there was a South African country called Swaziland. Okay. Swaziland. It got changed because a lot of people that was booking flights to Switzerland was making a mistake quick just by surface, doing surface research like him. They're just seeing the SW and land, and this is a fact. It got changed till I think Eswatini because of that. It's Swaziland, okay? It was the original name. It got changed because people was doing his research. They were looking at it like a glance and thought it said Switzerland, and they were booking flights to Swaziland and not Switzerland. That's a fact, family. So they had to change the name to avoid the confusion. You see, it was causing mass confusion. So they say put on there United States of America. Don't just put American, right? Anyway, the passport must use the formal name of the sovereign entity, not the demonym, American, because the passport is an international legal document, not a linguistic or cultural statement. In international law, nationality equals membership in a recognized state. It is never written as an adjective. It uses the sovereign's full title. He can't get that. That's his problem. But I'm so glad he called in because I didn't think he'll call in. I thought I was gonna have to smoke him out tomorrow and beat him. But damn, he came in tonight. Thank you. This morning. Look, family, there's other examples. So France, Germany. He keeps saying Germany, Nigeria, United States. Okay. So now these are examples. Legal entry on passport, family. The people of France, they got to put French Republic, not French. They can't use French alone. They got to do. So we're not the only state, family. So this is their everyday language. They say they're French, they say they're German, Nigerian, American, right? But look at their legal entry port on passport. Legal entry on passport. This is a fool who I was talking to. French Republic. Common demonym. French. Germany. Passport. Federal Republic of Germany. Common demonym. German. Nigeria. They got to put in their passport. Federal Republic of Nigeria. But look what they call themselves on a regular basis in their country. Just Nigerian. United States. We are United States of America, right? That has to be put on the legal entry on a passport. But every day we just say we're American, family. So other countries do the same thing. This is a fool. So because a French person passport says French Republic, that means he's not French anymore. What about a Nigerian? His passport says Federal Republic of Nigeria. So if he says Nigerian, he's no longer Nigerian, right? That's fake. This is how crazy he sounds. It says so if you lose it says so if you use his logic, you'd have to say French people's nationality is not French, it's French Republic, which is obviously nonsense. My God. I'll tell you guys, family, if you want to know if your research is worth a damn, you just contact me privately and I could do this for you in a private setting. Not embarrass you publicly where you pretty much can't ever reinvent yourself on YouTube in a serious sense with research so bad. Be American. American is the nationality in linguistic and legal use. The passport just formats it differently. In every treaty, immigration form, census, and legal code, the U.S. nationality is called American. Examples: U.S. Code, Title 8, whatever. The term national of the United States means a citizen of the United States. A U.S. citizen is a U.S. national, and the common noun for that is American. U.S. Census and State Department documents refer to citizens as Americans, not United States of Americas. International diplomacy, American embassies, American citizens abroad, American nationals. These are standard legal and diplomatic phrases. Therefore, American is the nationality. It's simply expressed as United States of America on passports for formal legal uniformity. Passports. Fool. This is what happens when you let a fool make the exception the rule. The linguistic mistake, misreading form for meaning. The man treats nationality on a passport like it's defining what nationality means. But that section is only a label field on a document that must match the official state name in full per International Civil Aviation Organization standards, must be recognizable to foreign border control systems which identify states, not adjectives. So the format, nationality, United States of America, does not equate to nationality is not American. You feel me? So his conclusion was retarded. So we're reading the formal name, nationality of a nationality, United States of America. This doesn't mean it's different than the nationality American. They're one and the same. Just on different documents, you can't use both. It just means this person's nationality belongs to the nation state called the United States of America. Why his conclusion is a big mistake. He claims the passport proves your nationality is an American. False. American is the common term for a national of the U.S. The passport just uses the full legal name of the country. I said that a million times. I know my chat got it. We're smart. I know he got it by now. He's sitting there crying. The United States of America is the true nationality. Misuse of terms. That's the country name, not the demonym or nationality descriptor. The absence of the word American changes your status. Completely incorrect. Legal nationality is defined by law and birthright, 14th Amendment, not by word choice on a passport. Here's the correct understanding, guy, so you can stop making a mess of yourself. The legal, the correct legal understanding. Legal nationality, United States of America, formal name of state. Common nationality term, American. Citizenship status, U.S. citizen or national. Passport formatting must use the state's name, not the adjective. So an American is legally a national of the United States of America. There is no contradiction. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Summary quote you can use on your show. Saying the U.S. passport proves you're not American because it says United States of America is like saying a French passport proves you're not French because it says Republic Française. That's not deep. That's just misunderstanding how passports are formatted. I appreciate the brother for coming on, uh, you know, and making a fool of himself. He saved me a whole 2, 3 hour live on him tomorrow. He shortened that up. Thank you, buddy. Epic counterpuncher. That makes all this sense in the word in the world, brother Ron. Yeah, bro. Listen, man, you're gonna see a lot of people who claim Tariq's our leader and he's not. Neither is Yvette, nobody else. Meanwhile, the same people make the claim are out here literally trying to be a leader. He keeps saying what he teaches, what he teaches. When do you ever hear Yvette Carnell, Tariq Nasheed talk about what they teach? When do you hear I talk about what I teach? When people talk like that, family, they are trying to be a leader, but they're failing. We're in 2025, going to 2026. They haven't checked the temperature in the room. Nobody is looking for, nobody with sense is looking for a leader. Those days are gone. The code is the leader. So I hate to bust your bubble. I hate to burst your bubble, guy. But those leadership fantasies, throw them in the trash, man. Throw them in the trash. You're not gonna be a leader of nobody. Just a few retards like yourself. Now I'm gonna. So instead of you, I was gonna like focus on you, but you helped me cook you even earlier. So I guess I'm gonna focus on our brother, Heru Haynes. He like, damn, why me? Well, he's out of there. It was gonna be him, but it's no need to. He helped cook himself. So we're gonna go over some of the things you said, for fun, because remember, it's all about it's all about providing proper education. Okay, so you said a lot of things yesterday. Some things felt okay, and some things kind of questionable. So I'm going to now have the AI check out everything you said. Now, it's interesting, family. These insecure guys, not hero heinous, but the revenues, the BSIA with the BS, these guys have an issue with their arguments being corrected, fact checked, and cooked. I would look forward to you guys throwing my arguments in there and giving me the results. Ridiculous at the all it's going to do for me, if there's any errors, it's going to help me refine how to present it the next time, because I know my argument is 100% correct. The evidence and talking points I use, they might need some work, and I don't mind AI saying, "Hey, I'm biased, Ron. Your argument is legitimate, but some of your points you made, this ain't that strong. Say this instead." Because all it's going to do for me is strengthen how I should argue. That's all. It's going to strengthen my bullet points. Hey, don't use that for whatever reason. You should use this instead. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use that instead. You dig? I like to be correct, and if I'm being challenged, I like to win. I don't like to lose. I don't like to be incorrect in front of people. I like to give. I like when you guys have confidence that I'm right. I don't want it to be where you like, oh, damn, is he right? Nah. And I think I did a good job. I think I did a good job of mostly being right in front of you guys and not wrong when I'm challenged. Okay, so that's going to be, I don't, let me make sure. Okay, so I got that for tomorrow. I still got a good show tomorrow. Polo Styles. He said, I still don't know if B.S.I.A is FBA. Never seen them. People. That's interesting because people who make such weird arguments to try to strip us away from our identity, they usually don't beat one of us. I mean, at the very best, he's probably mulatto. He sound funny, but with dual allegiance. But yeah, most likely they're not one of us. Okay, because the argument he's making is actually sad. It's actually sad. It's a sad argument. Okay, so there's no need to even, damn, bro, you saved me. I was gonna finish his 46-minute video and his 23-minute video, but when he came back and embarrassed himself to that degree, there's no need. Okay, so yeah, okay, so the brother had mentioned. Now I gotta ask Heru Haynes, why did he mention the the British in 1812 in the United States? I gotta ask him, why did he say that? I almost forgot why he said that, but I got a feeling that it wasn't for the right reason. Okay, so when did he come on? When did he thought he had me with the AI judging debates. That was embarrassing, family. He embarrassed himself there. It's like no, they could judge debates. They just can't judge. And which I said the same exact thing when I was talking to him. I said, yeah, if you debate politics, Republican, Democrat, they can't tell you a winner. If you're debating Islam versus Christianity, they can't tell you a winner. But I said if you're judging grammar and things that's built on education, yeah, you can choose a winner. If you're debating which scientific field deals with electrons the most, biology or chemistry, you can determine a winner. Which 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 science field deals with electron capture, chemistry or biology, you could determine a winner there. Because now we're factual. Okay, so I think it's around. No, should be about. Hold on. When did he first come on this? I'm trying to remember when did. Okay, now it's just gonna go to. So now it's gonna go to her. Heru. He sent this email, so I'm just gonna email him when I'm live tomorrow. Hold on. I gotta. Okay, let me see. Give me a second. 1812. Let me put that in there. Okay, he said something about 1812. I just want to fact check it for my brother. Because if he's wrong, it's good we just go over it and we can. Let me see if this is revenue. Okay, cool. So I'm somewhere around the park. Okay. Okay, so I'm kind of there, family. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, so I found. Okay, so let me see. 240. That's why logic. Looking at it, I got a problem. Mm, when did he start? When did he start? When did he start? Okay, so I'm over here. Yeah, that was hilarious. He purposely left out American when it came to the flag. He said Black Heritage Flag. I said, what about it's not called that. It's called the Black American Heritage Flag. Same thing. Mm. Okay, so I'm trying to get to when our brother came on. Heru Heinous. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Okay, once I get this. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm right here. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing. They invoke. Okay, it's still me. I'm trying to pinpoint exactly when did Heru come in. Okay, I got it. I got it. I think this is him right here. I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. Yo, man, Kwame is so funny. When he try to say ethnonym, he can't say that word for nothing. Plebiscite. He said plebite babble. He tried to say plebiscite. That was so funny. All right. So our brother Heru Heinous will be next up. All right, let me read some of the chat because family, I'm gonna be out. Read some of the chat. We got okay, you got your own little side Hemi Hendrix Rondell. You're funny, man. Yeah, but I still don't know if yeah. So it's information family. As you can see with this guy, and this is a guy who supposedly is FBA. Look how he can take out, and yo, I guarantee you, if we find the root of that argument, guarantee it come from a white man. I guarantee he just remixed the white man information and made and painted it black. I guarantee if I was to Google right now, where did that argument come from? It's gonna point to a white man somewhere. Somewhere in probably the 70s. that's been debunked already. That's what some people do. People take like old white information that's outdated, debunked, shredded from the 1970s, and they resurrect it and make it black and present it as new and refined. We're not American. Let me find out. Okay, let's see. Family. Oh my God. My hunch is 100% right, family. I said 1970. This is unbelievable. Look at the first date. William Potter Gale, 1970s. You know what, Donnie, my brother? I just might be Hemi Hendrix. I just on the fly said that sounds like some white man stuff from the 70s. And the first name and the earliest date is a white man from the 70s. It says the claim that U.S. citizens are not really citizens because their passports list United States of America as their nationality is a central tenet of the pseudo legal ideology of the sovereign citizen movement. This specific passport related argument is an outgrowth of the broader strawman theory, a core concept within the sovereign citizen belief system that emerged in the late 1990s. While no single individual is credited with inventing this particular passport argument, it is part of a larger, evolving framework of false legal theories developed by movement leaders or several decades. Family, I said the fact that he had a problem with black, I said that is usually the pattern of plebiscite babblers, ex Moore Science Temple members. Look at this. It says key figures and groups who help establish the broader sovereign citizen ideology include William Potter Gale, 1970s. That's the exact date I gave it. My God, this is crazy. The straw man theory and the passport argument. The argument about passports is a misinterpretation rooted in the sovereign citizen's straw man theory. According to this theory, a passport has two identities: a natural flesh and blood person. This person is considered sovereign and not subject to government authority. A straw man or legal fiction. This corporate entity is created by the government at birth, often connected to the birth certificate and social security number. Adherents claim that because passports list the country, United States of America, and not a person's individual name as a nationality, the passport belongs to the corporate strawman identity. Therefore, in their pseudo legal logic, using the passport implies consent to be governed by the corporation and its laws. This belief is not recognized by any legitimate legal authority and has been consistently rejected in courts. So of course he didn't say exactly that, but I told you that they repackaged it and they put a black face on it. I did say that. I did say they take these arguments from when? What date did I give you guys? I said the 1970s by some white guy. They repackage it, they refine it, they reintroduce it as a black thing. They make it black. But I said it all come from white people from the 70s. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was able to pinpoint that exactly. That's family. That's research for me. I know how to research, and when I research correctly, certain arguments stick out. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great time tonight. I hope all of your Saturdays, everybody that's listening right now, I hope all your Saturdays were beautiful. B.S.I.A. I know you're still in the building. I know you're still listening. You was gonna listen until I logged off because some of these people, Donnie, some of these people that oppose us, they really are fans and they really like the research I do. I believe they really enjoy the content here. They really enjoy the debunking, the innovative presentations, creative thoughts. They enjoy what this channel brings. Okay, when you are a bad researcher, I really believe you like to watch real research at play. I really believe that. So these guys be fans. Black Feather Archery still up late with us. All right. So family, wait, let me make sure there's nothing else I got before I get off. Yeah, so Heru Haynes, you're on the clock tomorrow. Again, brotherly fun challenge, but okay. Let me just make sure I'm not mixing your information up with shit, I think. Damn, I hope you ain't kind of say something that the Heru Haynes. I hope you ain't, I hope it's what? Nah, this can't be your argument. Okay, that's not your argument. Okay, this is your argument. Okay, so matter of fact, let me just double check family. I think it's confusing him with some of the recap I did on BSIA. I think it's remix. I think it's adding. Okay, yeah, because he came later. So it's adding this to be. It's adding this to heinous. Okay, so right here, got the 3 minute 47. Okay, yeah, yeah. It was adding. So this right here was a rebuttal, a debunk for BSIA, and I made mistake and add this into some of the information and questions I'm gonna have for Heru Haynes tomorrow. But that just tell you right there, family, I'm unbiased. So I don't just pick on revenue, Tether Dream, BSIA, and these guys, these weirdos. Our own. We got Heru Haynes, and I'm gonna fact check him tomorrow. Well, I already got the information, but I just want to see what he's gonna say to the rebuttals. All right. Mm, yeah. So, Haru Haynes, if you're up listening, you're gonna have some trouble because the research is saying that you're kind of doing the same thing as BSIA, revenue, and tether dream. Like you're mixing truthhood with falsehood, causing confusion. Okay, and the research also said that you are likely plebiscite babbling for the most of it, but that's not the final verdict. That's just off top, like what I'm saying. So hopefully you pull up tomorrow. I email you, you pull up tomorrow, and we can get a great live. You come on, we talk about it. No emotions, just facts. Just agree to disagree at the end of the day, and just keep it moving, keep it pushing. But I hold everybody to correct sound information. Nobody should be wrong. The information is too easily accessible for us to be out here misleading indirectly or directly. Doesn't matter. Both are inexcusable. The information is too easily to grasp. But I think everybody wants to be a leader of some sort. So they want to say something that they believe was never said before, and they go out there and try to sound like so brilliant with a whole bunch of polite garbage. But in 2025, headed to 2026, I think we're getting out of that. I think we're getting out of the plebiscite babble. The plebiscite babble. I don't think we're like that's not moving us anymore. I think we're starting to leave the plebiscite babble stuff. African guys. I don't know what B.S.I.A stands for, but I do know the first two letters is B.S. And so far, everything he's been saying in on his channel and over here has been BS. So the BS, it must stands for bull, SHIT. It must stands for bull, SHIT, idiot American. Okay? Bull skunk, idiot American. That's what it must stand for. Because to be that damn wrong is no excuse for that. Not in 2025. Maneuver. Okay, I see maneuver. All right, family. I'm checking out. It's late. I appreciate all y'all. Hope y'all learned. I may play this again tomorrow, so just bear with me because we have a lot of people, got the late, the late folks. But people tomorrow, they're gonna be early folks. I might play this again tomorrow so people get the conclusion. Because if I don't play this again tomorrow, all they're gonna know is where I left off at with this guy yesterday, right? So I'm probably gonna play this over tomorrow anyway, probably first to buy time for everyone Haynes to come on. And of fact, I'm not gonna play this first. I got some Tariq Nasheed TikTok debates that I'm gonna play first. Then I'm gonna play this in between it somewhere. And then when Hero Haynes come on, hopefully everything worked out perfectly. All right, man. Peace to the chat, peace to the family, peace to the lineage, peace to the supporters and riders who are not of the lineage, but they support and ride with us. We got them coming from the Caribbean. We got them coming from uh some of the Latin countries. We got them coming from some of the Asian countries, and we got them coming from white America. I can't say it's a whole lot, but there are some out there who are riding with us and want to see us win. Some Haitians out there want to see us win, and they're not in our way. Okay, so I say that to say we got to be careful not to say all lump nobody into the whole. No, we going to speak to those that speak down to us. With that, cash tag. I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna play outro song. I'm just gonna say it. Support the channel if you can financially. Nothing major, dollar or two. All that is used for like minor stuff. Like today, when I get the cash I got today, family, I went and bought toilet tissue, toothpaste, and some bathtub stuff. Okay, I didn't even get food with it. I got one cup of coffee, and the rest went right to the store for bathroom stuff. Yeah, so um $ unbiased Ron. Yeah, the cash apps normally help out with things like that. The real money is going to come from sponsorships, as you guys know. That's when you know your boy is like up there. When I start saying, "Hey, Prize Picks, hey, this and that. Hey, you want to buy a new car? Why don't you sign up with Hyundai?" That's when you know your boy made it. Okay, but until then, the cash apps help out walk on a daily basis with small minor things like dollar store products or the diner, coffee, bagel, and then for the next day. Because a lot of times if I get, some diner money, whatever I don't get, 'cause I don't go, I don't do a buffet in there. Whatever I don't get, I save for the next day, the next day, next day. Yes, I spread it. Right. So I'm going to be in the more expensive one tomorrow. So the cash apps will be appreciated. Family, peace, great night, grand night. I'll see you in the